Hi, everybody. I'm Jennifer Alice Murray. Good to see your faces. I suckered you all in today, asking if you know what this business is all about and make you sit through the compensation plan. I basically have been in conversations with lots of people in my organization and find that a lot of details tend to fall through the cracks and a lot of question marks out there for a lot of people as to how the nitty-gritty of this business really works. So we're going to go over some of that today. So first of all, the biggest thing you need to know is that you need to go to Global Convention. That's coming up in like 6 weeks or less, a month, I don't know. It's coming up. And Global Convention is awesome. It's an extra day in addition to the usual 2 days. So it's 3 days of fun. You get to go to Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm telling you, they have a lake with salt in it. I didn't know that, but I've been, and now I know. These are the kind of things you can learn. And it's just, it's going to kind of blow your mind. If you're new to the business and you bought a gold or a platinum pack, you have a free ticket, so therefore you have extra incentive to go, and now you're understanding more why you need to always be pushing the platinum packs. If you bought a platinum pack, you have 2 tickets. If you have a spouse that is not on board with your plan, this would be a good time to use that other ticket to get them to come with you. There's nothing as moving as these events. Elite Academy and Global Convention change minds. They just bring you to a whole different understanding of what's going on in the whole field of network marketing, in all of the science that we're involved with, in the products, in the business, and you grow as a person. I'm telling you, that is a vital piece of succeeding in this business, is growing outside of what you've already been able to create and learning how do I create more. And then you get to bring it home. You bring it all home with you. So please get yourself registered for Global Convention. And and then also this weekend is Life Advantage Academy. So Thursday is going to be the last day that you have to sign up for that. I forget, it's in like 20-something cities across the United States. And get over there and listen to a pro 8, 9, or 10 blow your mind with how they did it. It's not that hard. Okay, so I wanted to talk about the compensation plan today. It's something that when we were all starting, by we, I mean me and Laura and Julie and Daisy, when we were all starting, we thought we had to talk about it at every presentation. So every opportunity presentation that we did involved like breaking down the compensation plan, which we've kind of changed our ways on that. We had a lot of glazed over expressions, and that's fine. If you don't include it in your presentations, that's fine. But it's important to know, and it is completely obviously important for you as a distributor to know how it works. Is it important for every guest? Probably not. But as a distributor, it's like, how are you making money and how do you maximize how to make money? You gotta know. That's what you're in business to do. So super basic stuff I got for you here. Tell me, give me a thumbs up if that's in the right direction. Because for me, it's backwards. Great. So PV is personal volume and OV is organizational volume. PV is the volume from your order and all of your personally enrolled orders. People who don't know that. And organizational volume, and it fortunately is sometimes expressed as GV, group volume, but organizational volume is you, everyone you've ever signed up and everyone they've ever signed up. That's your total volume, and both of those are always listed in your back office. One little detail that a lot of people kind of forget in the big hullabaloo of signing up distributors, signing up distributors, signing up distributors, signing up distributors, is that the way that we make our money is auto ships. People being on auto ship is how you make money in this business. Like, it isn't just, you get a bonus for enrolling a distributor, And then that's kind of where that ends. That person has to be on an auto ship. Your customers have to stay on an auto ship. So people tend to kind of like lose sight of that. And I'm just plugging the vitality stack here, energy, metabolism, and focus. I really like that the title of that animated video says that very clearly. I mean, this is what we're allowed to say. This is legal to say. We can say this on the internet. We can talk about energy. We can talk about metabolism. We can talk about focus. It is not considered a disease to not have focus. So you could talk about not having focus in your life and having focus in your life. That's totally allowed. So the importance of being on an auto ship that is as close to that 200 mark or over cannot be like expressed enough. And it's something, yes, the rule is your personal volume, your personal order has to be $40, 40, not dollars, but 40 in volume. So dollars doesn't always match volume perfectly. So make sure you're checking that out. 40 in volume, and then 160 can come from your customers. And that is something that, you know, we all do that. We all supplement with customers from time to time. And just the best way to handle your business, to make sure that you're, you know, in it for the reason that you got in it, is to keep your personal order at about 200 bucks. It's, you know, true science and some Axio. It's so easy. I'm embarrassed how much money I spend on my Advantage every month at this point. But, you know, to be a good business partner, just like sort of like everything that we learn about Think and Grow Rich, the whole thing, you know, all the mentality and everything that's involved in being in this business, growing a business, it all revolves around, you know, you contributing as a generous part of that equation. You know, you being a good business partner to LifeVantage, you being a good business partner to the other people on your team, and being a product of the product, you know, showing everybody this is how I feel because I take these products is the number one thing. Your story is the number one thing that's going to help you connect with other people, build relationships, and make the sales that you need. So let's talk about rank advancing. Rank advancing is this wonderful thing that we all want to do. Not everybody totally understands, you know, how to get there. So to be a Pro 1, you need 1,000 in volume, and that can just be one person or everybody combined. Doesn't matter, no requirement on that. In order to rank advance to Pro 2 at 2,500, Pro 3 at 5,000, and Pro 4 at 10,000, there needs to be a little thing called balance. You can't just have 10,000 coming from one hot distributor, you know, that you enrolled and become a Pro 4. Only 80% of that can come from one person, or one leg, as we call them. And when you enroll somebody, they become a leg for you. And that one person can only, you know, this is a maximum. So of your 10,000, if you have 10 Pro 1s, you're good. You know, any way that it's distributed, but it cannot be so imbalanced that it goes over the 80%. You need at least 20% of your volume, and that 20% is every other thing besides that 80, including your own order. Every bit of volume you have besides that one leg counts as your 20%. So then we have Pro 5 at 20,000, Pro 6 at 50,000, Pro 7 at 100,000, Pro 8 200,000, and Pro 9 500,000. And in all of those, you only need to be 60%, 30%, and 10%. So for these two legs, the maximum you can pull, so say you have a leg and it has 70 or 80,000 in it, they're only going to count 60. That's the maximum volume they're going to take out of any one leg in your business to count towards, let's say, the 100, because that makes it easy. To be a Pro 7, maximum 60,000 is coming from one leg. Maximum for the next leg, even if that person has 100,000, the maximum they're going to take is 30. And then everything else combined makes that 10%. Every little leg or every customer and everything that you have. And then Pro 10 breaks down to 40, 40, 20. And this is just showing you that the goal is always balance. The goal is always keep enrolling. The goal is always, try not to get stuck in this game of balance by just going wide, getting lots of distributors and having them all be healthy and producing, essentially. But just so you know, those are the minimum requirements for rank advancing. So let's talk about how you make money. A lot of people like to re-quote a presentation that I did once upon a time, where a couple gentlemen from LifeVantage Corporate were on Kauai, Steve Irvin and Colton Smith. And we had a nice little venue we were doing it out of, but we were out of time and they needed us to leave. And we still had to go over the compensation plan. There were guests there. And I notoriously said, there are 6 ways you get paid and they all feel good. So you can make it that easy. I was going through getting a little detail today and I learned I was wrong. There's actually like 10 ways you can get paid with LifeVantage. And we're going to go over those now. So the first way is retail sales. That's just like, you sign someone up, but they don't want a subscription. They don't want an auto ship. Those people, by the way, if you sign someone up as a retail customer, you get paid for them on the 15th of the month. That is not a paid out every week bonus. So don't be surprised if it doesn't come the next Friday. It's going to be in the check on the 15th. Also, retail means you sold it yourself. You bought extra product and you sold it yourself. Or some people, like, say you're a doctor and you have it on a shelf and you get to set the price for it. So that's your retail profit. Then we have the Smart Start bonus, which Smart Start. So everything we're about to talk about is predicated on this 200 PV issue that I brought up at the very beginning. Everybody has to have 200 PV. Let me just leave it at that. There's some caveats and what have yous, but let's just say for the sake of simplicity, you need that 200 or else you get less money or no money at all. So the Smart Start bonus paid out on platinum packs is $400. The paid out on golds is 200 and the silver is 100. So right here, and I'm just going to talk to you guys straight because none of you are guests and you're all already distributors. So I'm obviously not selling you anything. It's always like a funny moment in time when people are trying to decide which pack they want, especially when you're not the one enrolling them, but you're being enrolled by, or you're helping someone in your downline enroll. And anybody who's on here who I was that third party for already knows, for me, that sale, which one of these that person chooses monetarily doesn't make a lot of difference to me because I'm not making the 400, the 200, or the 100. But if I care about my downline and the health of my downline, and if I want people to be happy, which one of these bonuses do I want them to make? Obviously, I want them to make the 400. I mean, why do you want to do the exact same amount of work and make half the money or a quarter the money, So let's just, I'm going to be probably pointing out several times here why the platinum pack is something you got to get used to, talking to people about the most. And for your personally enrolled PCs, you're going to make 40%. If you have the 200 PV, you're going to make a 40% check. So you'd make $100 sale, you're going to get $40. It's nice. You sell a Vitality Stack, you get like over $60. You sell the True Science kit, you make like $50. It's awesome. So this is the way you mostly get paid in the beginning, right? You're not making this big fat check because you don't have a downline yet. So the Smart Start bonus is how people are making money in the beginning. I'm not really sure how I'm remembering this. I'm just going to keep going.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I forgot to mute all at the beginning.
I get it. The launch bonus. So the launch bonus might be a little bit of a mystery to some people. I love that when Rachel Jackson gave one of the best talks at Elite Academy that I've seen her give, one of the 3 things, she kind of just took the stage and said, I do these 3 things over and over and over again. I enroll people. She's always out there selling products and enrolling people as, a distributor. And the second thing was I help people launch their business. So once you have anybody in your downline, of course you want to help them launch their business. So the way that we get paid for helping everybody in our downline with that is through the launch bonus. So you're paying out, this is all based on a platinum pack enrollment. The enroller, of course, makes the 400. Then the computer looks up through the system and says, oh, above this person, who is the next Pro 3 or Pro 4? Sorry, this is all in dollars. Don't have euros or any other currencies on here at the moment. But so the next 3 or 4, whichever it is, if there's a 3, forget the 4. If there's no 3, they jump and look for a 4, is going to get a $50 bonus. Then the system's going to continue up and look for the next paid as Pro 5 or 6. So that's not like your lifetime rank. Sometimes we qualify as a Pro 4, but then we're back down to Pro 3 for a few months. So it's just based on your paid as rank for the month. So it looks for the next 5 or 6 and gives them a $50 bonus. Then it looks for the next 7, 8, or 9. That gets a $50 bonus, and the nearest paid as Pro 10 gets a $25 bonus on every platinum pack sold in their whole organization. So you can imagine this is one of the reasons why people stay engaged. This is one of the, it's certainly easier for people higher up the rank scale to present and help people, get other people into their organization. So this is the way that, we get paid for doing that. The royalty commissions is the next on the list. Royalty commissions is basically the amount of money that you get paid on every bottle of everything that's sold in your organization the whole month. It's done through a system called dynamic compression, and I'm not going to get too deeply into that. Because eyes start to glaze over, but maybe you've heard that the way it works is that it's paid 9 levels of commissions get paid out. So a commission is paid, and the way that they figure that out is through, remember this little thing when we talked about rank advancing? As soon as you make that sale, the person who enrolled you makes a 2% bonus. So you're making a 2% bonus on, you're making the 40% or what have you, and then the person who enrolls you is making 2% bonus. Then they look up. Every Pro 1 gets paid on 2 levels. Every Pro 2 gets paid on 4 levels. So this is one of the other reasons why you want to rank advance. You can't just, have a Pro 10 under you and get paid on all those 9 levels of commissions. It doesn't work that way. If you remain a Pro 2, you're only going to make 4 of that Pro 10's levels. Pro 3s make 5, and then it just goes up 1, after that. So whatever your rank is plus 2 is how many levels you get paid on. And so once somebody makes a sale, the process starts. They get the 40%, the next person gets the 2%, the next person gets 5%, the third level makes 9%, and then there's 5 levels that get paid 5%. This can all be found online, and nice, not so easy to understand videos, and also charts. If you are a chart person, you will enjoy that. And then, of course, some of us are lucky enough to have 1 or 2 people on our team, you know who you are, Kelly, that understand like every single caveat. It's unbelievable how much some people understand about all of this. But luckily, we are a publicly traded company, and one of the things that means is we are frequently audited. Like, as far as I know, 2 or 3 times a year, we are audited to make sure that everybody is getting paid the right thing, because it would really be impossible, even as a Pro 6, for me to figure out how much LifeVantage owes me every month. Would be impossible. So I can only imagine what the 7, 8, 9s, and 10s are under. So we're relying on computers, and the IRS and the FTC rely on their auditing of our systems to make sure that any mistakes get corrected within a few months. So rest assured, dynamic compression works. And it's just one of those other ways within the compensation plan that you make sure that the people who are making money are the people working, right? Because this is all based on paid as ranks. So if you're placing your order and you're signing up your customers and you're, involved in the process, it's very obvious. It's just check marks on a computer. And if you're hitting the ranks, then you're getting paid. And if you're not rank advancing, then you don't make those bonuses. And I'm sure there's been a lot of companies over the years where, network marketing kind of had a little bit of a weird, a bad name because people were just sitting there doing nothing. They signed up one person, they're getting paid forever, et cetera. So anyway, dynamic compression is a really nice, tool to make sure that the people who are getting paid are the people who are working. Okay, generational matching bonus. So now we're moving into more like the leadership bonuses. These are start at Pro 3. Once you are a paid as Pro 3, you start qualifying to make a generational matching check. And this check makes a big difference. Generational matching means that everyone that you personally enrolled, you get a bonus that is 10% of whatever they earned that month. So it doesn't come out of their check. It's just an additional bonus to you. And then for the next 4 levels down from that, you make 5%. So on this 5th level down from you, you're earning 5% of every single person's check on that level. And of course, by the time you're an elite distributor, that's hundreds, if not thousands of people. So the generational matching check is a big deal. From Pro 3 to Pro 6, what you have to do to qualify for it is have at least 100 new personal volume in the month. So once you're a 7, paid as Pro 7, 8, 9, or 10, that is waived and you get the generational matching no matter what. With Pro 3, 4, 5, and 6, you have to enroll customers or distributors to a total at least 100 PV for the month in order to get your generational matching check. So sometimes it's, at the end of the month, I've seen Rusty post like, hey, if signing up $100 distributor today got you a $500 check, would you do it? It's like, yes, I would. So that's generational matching. Moving right along.
Anything on the generational matching?
Yep.
Okay. So sometimes people say, 5% or 10% of their check. Just to be clear, in case anyone wonders, we don't get pieces of other people's checks. We just get a match of what they make.
Yeah. Matching check. Doesn't come out of their check. It's not a punishment to your downline. Is in fact just a bonus for you and one of the other ways that you are rewarded for continuing to work with your downline to make sure that they're getting paid. Because if your generational matching check isn't that much, it's because the people in your business aren't making enough money. So it's like, get in there and help other people make money. You make money. That's one of the nice things about this business. This is a lot of people's favorite part of the equation, the elite bonus pool. Every month, the company takes 4% of its global commissionable sales and distributes it to all of the elite distributors. That means, let me just make it extra clear that once you hit Pro 7, you are getting paid. Let's take a bottle of Protandim. A bottle of Protandim, $40, 40 US dollars, right? 4% of that is $1.60. So $1.60 of every bottle of Protandim sold on planet Earth goes into this pool. That means that every Pro 10 and every Pro 9 and every Pro 8 and every Pro 7 that came before you and every single person in all of their organizations and every bottle that they sold before you came along, you're also getting a piece of those. So that's pretty amazing profit sharing. That's 4%. So there's a Pro 7 pool. The 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s split that. That's 1%. 1% goes into the Pro 8 pool. The 8s, 9s, and 10s split that. 1% goes into the Pro 9 pool. The 9s and 10s split that. One lucky little percent goes into the Pro 10 pool. And all the Pro 10s split 1% of every single thing sold on the face of our beautiful planet that month. So that is a big, big drive. You know, this is something that if you're talking to people and they kind of want to know and you don't want to get into the whole plan, this is one of those things that turns people's minds spinning in our direction. The fact that they could get in now 9, 10 years after we started network marketing and make money off of what we've all been doing, that is that is enticing. So good to know. And then multiple business centers. Ready? This is something that I find a lot of people are not aware of when they are talking to me. So BC1, your business center is known by LifeVantage as BC1, Business Center 1. You or whatever business entity you signed up as. BC2 is a reward that you get when you hit Pro 5. And it is placed directly under BC1. So it is a reward, but you can't give it away. You can't put it under a distributor that you really like or your mom or something. It has to just be directly under you. It holds your name. You can't sign it over to anybody else without giving away your whole business. And then BC3 is a reward for hitting Pro 7. And it can be placed directly under you as another leg, or it can be placed as a leg under BC2. Those are your only choices. You also cannot place that anywhere else. And then BC4 is a Pro 10 reward, and you also can only place it under BC1 or BC2. You can't place it under BC3. And in addition to maybe the obvious benefits of having a second and third business center, it also is subject to all the same requirements, like all those balance requirements for rank advancing. And you make the royalty commission and the elite, no. What do you make? You make the royalty and the Smart Start bonuses. You make all the bonuses. You don't get generational matching, for example, on your BC2. But when you have, let's just take your second business center, when you have customers and distributors enrolled under there, this goes back to dynamic compression, right? So you enroll them and you get the 40%, and then you also get the 2%. And so all of the distributors and all of the customers that they have under here, let's just go a couple levels down. They make the 40%, your enrollment makes the 2%, your BC2 makes the 5%, your BC1 makes the 9%. So basically you're just setting yourself up to make 2 levels of the royalty commission. And once you're into BC3, now you're making 3 levels of those 9 paid out levels. It gets to be pretty big stuff. Having multiple business centers, even though it requires balancing and all of that, is totally a way to maximize the comp plan. So have it in your crosshairs when you get to Pro 5 that you're going to start building that and making more money. Okay, we're almost done with all of this. The other ways that I have, besides the 6 that all feel good, are the My Life Venture program. My Life Venture is once you have qualified as an Elite Pro 7 for 12 months, I believe they have to be consecutive months, you get a Jeep. You either get a Jeep. Now there's many, many things you can choose from. You can get a $25,000 check. You can get like 2 Harleys. You can get all these crazy machines. You could go on a European shopping extravaganza. Like, there's a lot to choose from now with My Life Venture. My Life Venture, I think, is a nice reward, a big way that you get paid. Number 8, I wrote the loyalty rewards. So the rewards program. So when you're in your back office and you're looking at your enrollments and all of that. The bottom bar and that upper left quadrant is your points that you've earned for. So every time you're putting an order in, your points are going up. And then over on the right sidebar is a tab that says Redemption Center. And you click on there and you can go and buy things with your loyalty rewards. So that's awesome. There is a rank advancement bonus for Pro 10s, Executive Pro 10s and Presidential Pro 10s. It's like 100,000. Once you're paid as a Pro 10 for 12 straight months, you make 100 grand. Once you're paid as an Executive Pro 10 for 24 months, they give you $250,000. Nobody's gotten that yet because they just have started that. And once you're a Presidential Pro 10 for 24 months, you get $500,000 extra little bonus. And then the multiple business centers. Okay, so those are the 10 happy little ways that you could put money in your pocket through LifeVantage. And it all comes back to presenting this business, talking to people, building relationships, selling vitality stacks, going to your events, getting real excited. Oh yeah, one little pro tip that I decided to write down at the last minute was to, on your phone, on your very, very, very smart phone, which I don't even know why we call phone anymore because it's probably the least used app on the whole apparatus. Try and organize everything LifeVantage related into one place, one folder, or on your front screen or something like that. Makes like Zoom and the website and your replicated site and all of that. Go pro, get it together, understand your business, and I'm very afraid to ask the question, does anybody have any questions? And we are over time, so the recording will probably stop about here. Much aloha. If you have a question, maybe put it on the Global Connected. That'll give me more than a split second to think of your answer.
I had a comment. Now they started doing the social marketing in the Greater China. People who have contacts in China and sign up, you can't sign up distributors there, but you can sign up social marketers. And then they basically just have a bunch of customers over there. And you have someone in your downline that is a social marketer in the Greater China. All of what's sold in the Greater China gets put into a pool and you get a piece of that. So it's kind of like the global bonus pool, but they don't take what's sold in the Greater China and put it in that pool. They actually made a separate pool for people that are leaders of the Greater China.
Yes, good add-on, Erin. And also that volume, whatever the volume is you have in Greater China, is not added to your OV. You can't rank advance with that volume. It's like Erin said, it's paid out separately as a whole kind of separate entity for a lot of legal reasons. So it's great and it makes you money, but it doesn't help your rank advance. It doesn't count towards your OV for your LifeVantage BC1.
All right.
Anything else? Okay. Thanks for coming, everybody. You are welcome, Sam Flake.
We appreciate you letting us hop on with you, and super excited for the future. Thank you.